Hello friends and welcome back to Up Close with Lauren Show and Tell. So today's episode is going to be about this Protector of Metropolis action figure. It is a third-party action figure made by Muff Toys. It's 1/12 collectible scale action figure. Bought this, my first purchase from AliExpress. Actually, no, this is my second purchase. The first purchase I think might be a Manipul, which I thought I was ordering this, but it came to be something different. It says there Muff, designed by Muff Toys 1/12. It's just like the Mezco. And Protector of Metropolis. At the back it says there, of course, they cannot call this as Clark Kent because it's not officially licensed to create one. Okay, and it's in this nicely designed box. This is actually embossed. So here are the contents. You have, of course, the action figure, you have a camera, you have a press pass, you have a hat, an extra head, and you have a briefcase, and you even have spectacles, eyeglasses. At the back would be a coat, an outer coat, trench coat, and plethora of hands and fists. So let's take it out of the clamshell and let us review Clark Kent, Protector of Metropolis. So here you have, friends, the contents of the box. So many things to see, so many things to actually play with. Let's start with this one. If you can see here, it's actually the daily planet. Look up in the sky, and I think that you can somehow read that. And the back, Bruce Wayne murdered. It's 2 sheets of the Daily Planet. You have here the press pass that has, there we go, the image of there you have the press pass, Daily Planet, Clark Kent, signed by Perry White. And then you have this cuffs. There's like a button there. You can, I think, put it underneath the cuff there. You have an extra wired necktie. Lovely. You have a fedora hat that unfortunately you cannot put it on. It's mainly for accessory, as something to hold on. And you have an extra head sculpt with the hat on. And just look at that facial sculpt. For the price point of this, it truly is amazing. You have this camera, an old style camera, that has sort of like a jelly there that makes it appear like it's mirrorized, or lens like. Nice touch. And you have this briefcase which looks like it's leather, but of course it's not. Very nicely done. You have this spare tunic, Superman tunic. Looks nice. And you have this trench coat that he can wear as well over his suit. And you have here a plethora of hands for different purpose. You can see they're all sculptured for different purpose, which we will see later on. And here's Clark Kent. Of course, he needs to wear his eyeglasses because it's Clark Kent. Nicely sculptured. The suit is also lined with wires. And look at the belt. And the shoes. The shading of the shoes is amazing. It says there Superman, I think. The sign of Superman, yes. Superman. Very nicely done. And look at even the buttons. Well structured. Nicely done. So before we start, let's look at the figure closely. See right there. It's nicely proportioned. And before I remove his clothes to show you the insides, let us actually put the coat on first. So here he is with his trench coat on. I thought it's going to be difficult to put the trench coat, but no, it's quite easy and nicely fits him. Actually, the how they created the trench coat looks like so fantastic. The fit and the make and the details are truly amazing because you can see everything is all stitched properly, and the stitches are also not too big, and the buttons are so nicely done. Just look at that. Let's put his press pass. Look at that. That is so cute. And here he is with the alternate head. And look at him now with this briefcase. It's so cute. Truly is. Let's look at the details, the scale, and the way that that hand is holding the briefcase. It is truly spectacular. Look at that. I forgot to mention that the glasses, the frame is actually made of metal. I think that the belt loop is quite long, but not too bad. Again, the trench coat has wires, so it can hold on to the post like so. Okay, and even the suit as well has wires, because you can make him remove his shirt and the Superman suit is going to be inside. Now here he is holding on to the camera, and of course he's not a photographer, he's a reporter, but it's a nice touch. And if you guys can see, those hands are made specifically to hold the camera. And who he is taking picture of? Well, let's have a look. Where Clark Kent is taking a picture of Adarna. Turn a smile. Oh. There you go. Height difference right there. Height difference right here. And here he is reading the Daily Planet. Of course, you can fold that paper, but I don't want to fold it. Just want to show you that again. These hands were sculptured so that he can actually hold the newspaper perfectly. Just look at that. That's how detailed this action figure is. It is fantastic. And you can even fold that into like 4 folds and he can walk and hold it. Look at that. Truly is amazing. Now let's look at the articulation. Okay, now the head is in a ball joint. You have your articulation here, and I think this probably would be double jointed. We'll see it later on. The legs are, I think, double jointed as well. Now you only have some sort of it's actually look like a sock, and then you have some shoe pivots, and you can do a bit of an articulation there, not so much because of the pants, but you can do some sort of like a running pose, I guess. Well, not this hand gesture, but sort of something like that. So no problem with doing that. So quite poseable. You can go down and up and turn as well, so no problem. So this is Clark Kent because you can take loosen the tie, loosen the tie, and then inside here is dun tararan, dun dun tararan, dun 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 tararan, dun dun tararan dun. Yes, you have the Superman costume right there. Dun 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 dun. So here he is transforming into Superman, the Man of Steel. Look at that, it's gorgeous. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a full suit. Doesn't have a cape, but again, value for the price point of this action figure, that even though it is a third-party action figure, it truly is an amazing and a fantastic product. And if you don't want to see the cuffs that shows part of the costume of Superman, you can put this cuffs in there as well if you want to. And then this one is different from the one inside. Different color and different size of the Superman crest. Just look at that. So like I said, friends, the suit has wires, hence it actually stays into position. And you can just see how lovely this action figure is. From the bottom up, everything is amazing. Everything looks fantastic. Alright, so see how polished this action figure is. Even the suit is kind of lined. The pockets are not working pockets here, but for the trench coat, it is a working pocket. Look at that. So you can insert his hands right there and the other side. And this one is magnetized. This is by small magnets put together like there, and then this actually comes with, so this tweezer is included, and you just, the problem now is putting it back together, isn't it? So this one is a thin cloth, it's soft cloth, and now you have him here. He doesn't come, there's no suit underneath, it's just a regular pants here. And just put it like so. Oh, so it's like so, like that, okay. Oop, no underwear. But look at that articulation. Now let's put, it's too bad it doesn't come with Superman's suit, so let's try this on. So we have to move our head. Let's try this other suit on. See, it is a different color, it's a different design of an S as well. Oh, I don't think you can. It's going to be difficult, I think. Yeah, I don't think you can easily do that because because you have to insert the hands. I don't think it's going to be that stretchable. By the way, friends, the Superman emblem here is actually rubberized. Sort of a rubberized. It's not printed. It's especially this one here. It's pretty thick. And this one is not as thick, but again, nicely designed. Alright, so you can see here more or less the articulation better. Okay, you can see all of the muscles and the biceps. You can turn around like so, around like that. And I think it's, yeah, double jointed elbows as well. And again, you can do, can he sit down? I think he can sit down, no problem. Oh, but his pants are going down. So here's a quick comparison with my Mezco 112 Christopher Reeve Superman and the Superman here. Another comparison with the Mezco 112 Superman, the Death of Superman, and the Rebirth Superman. I think this is Rebirth, I can't remember anymore. But look at that. And if there's Clark Kent and Superman, there has to be Batman. Here you go. Batman Mezco 112 of Michael Keaton. And here's a Mezco 112 Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. By the way, friends, if you're not patient, don't remove the clothing because it took forever for me to put it back on again. You know, and I think I'm going to display this figure this way because for me this is how I envision Clark Kent to look like, with a fedora hat, with a briefcase, just like this one. Anyway, friends, up to here only. And if you haven't, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to my channel as well, and share my channel. And like what I usually say, always be kind to yourself, always be kind to other people. Love your toys, love your collection no matter what they are. And until my next episode, friends, I'll see you soon. Bye.